Hola, buenos días o buenas tardes. Me llamo señor Santos y soy el profesor de español de Tony Rebol Community School. And I'm going to explain about AS, A-Level Spanish, Year 12 and Year 13. Before going through the content of the subjects, I would like to give you some ideas of things that you can get if you decide to take A-Levels in Espanol. First thing, it's not just about the language, because while you're learning Spanish, you are developing some skills. For example, public speaking skills, also problem solving. Think about your GCSEs at the moment and your grade and your speaking, and now you're thinking about using present, past, and future. You're thinking about your masculine and feminines, your endings, all of that. They're called problem solving, and you're using daily. Think about your cultural agility skills, especially in year 12 and year 13. You will learn more about Spanish society from festival, costume, traditions. Think about your attention to detail. For example, now your spellings, for example, or when you pronounce a word, all of that, the attention to detail. Resilience, a language can be sometimes can be hard, but people decide to stop it. But you decide to keep going and keep practicing and keep learning. For you show resilience to everyone. Risk taking every time you are using the language is a risk. And also you will show empathy and diversity awareness, especially in your year 12 and year 13, knowing more about the Spanish society and the Spanish culture. But you have to develop skills and also think about Chinese or Mandarin, Spanish, and English. They're the main language around the world. For that, if you're able to speak Spanish and English, you will be able to communicate with at least 80% of the planet. If you're thinking about your career opportunities and progression, think now many universities at the moment they're linking studies with international language, in this case Espanol. I know, like for example, Cardiff Uni, they have a degree Spanish with business studies, law with Spanish. For example, or some students from year 13, they're doing now business studies with the Spanish or English literature with the Spanish here in Cardiff Uni. As well, now you considering about your work environment, there are highly demand of linguistic or people with a second language to be employed, particularly in the current situation of UK leaving the UE. For that, you can work abroad or you can work in companies with a international links or international connections, because we need a person speaking a second language, Spanish, to deal with the businesses. Think as well, like you have the language, you're able to communicate, to travel, and you get the most of the experience. And there's some studies that say speaking a second language, they will be you will have 20% more per hour than people speaking just one language. Okay, let's go now through the year 12 and the themes. There are two main areas and after divided sub themes. First one is called being a young person in a Spanish speaking society, and I'll show you the sub themes. And the second sub theme is going to be related to the Spanish. It's called understanding the Spanish speaking world, and I'll show you the sub theme cultural heritage, about festivals, traditions, food, music, film, literature, so art, and different traditional music versus modern Spanish music, for example. How can we assess that? We have two papers actually. First one is speaking, and then you have two tags when arguing, when discussing. And the second one is listening, reading, translation, and writing. Similar layout that your GCSEs, but the difference, like in the writing, is going to be based on a movie. We will watch a movie, we will study a movie, I selected a movie. It's really famous in Spain. It's called Volver, with the actress Penélope Cruz, and the director is Pedro Almodóvar. Really important, really famous in Spain. For that, when you finish that, you will go for year 13. Similar thing, you have two sub-themes. First sub-theme is called Diversity and Difference, based on the Spanish society at the moment. You have the following sub-themes. And you will study topics as LGBTQ movement or society problems, and also celebrating immigration, migration. You have feminism. But actually, it's like a really big picture of the Spanish society at the moment. Also, the second sub-theme is going to be, it's called The Two Spains, 1936 onwards. We started in 1936 because we have it was a Spanish Civil War, and after that it was a dictatorship called El Franquismo. For that, we started to see how started the Spanish Civil War, the post-Civil War Spain, go to the transition to democracy, and also the actual Spanish society, what's happening related to the Spanish Civil War. And you have some pictures, for example, here related to the topic. For example, the Spanish flag under the Franquismo, the dictator, for example, 40 years of democracy. We are considered like a country with young democracy. We have for that, we have 3 papers. The first paper is called Speaking Oral Assessment. It's based on an independent research project. You will decide your topic, and after you have to research, and you have around 10, 11, 12 minutes to go through examiner through your topic. Could be anything related to Spain or South America, from a movie, something, a costume, a tradition, a food, anything you're interested, and you just develop. The second unit, unit 4, is listening, reading, and translation. Similar layout. And the grading is based, is 1 hour 30 minutes, and is based on a book. For you have to produce a essay. The book I decide is famous books. A really famous book it's called La Casa de Bernarda Alba in Garcia Lorca, and with the main characters are women, and it's Spain in the 30s. For I really link it really well with the second part of the content. This is a year 12 and year 13, really summarize. For that, if you have any questions, please send me an email or just contact the school, and I will try to help you as soon as possible. Muchas gracias. Looking forward to see you next year. Muchas gracias. Adiós.